Hello gorgeous souls, so it's Suze from Crowfire Talk, Suze Crystal Wolf. So solstice blessings to you all. So I thought I would come on and do a impromptu solstice reading just with the new cards, just to get a feel. So I've done a flip through of these on the channel if you want to take a look. I will probably need to read a little bit from the book because these are brand spanking new to me, so we'll keep the book out. I'm going to pass the cards through because this is the first time I've used them. Pass them through the smoke. Lovely. Pass the book. Oh, lovely. So I'm feeling really low. I'm struggling with what happened at Stonehenge. Just the sheer ridiculousness of it all, but I'm not going to go into it because I'm so angry and I'll just rant, and hence why I thought it'd be nice to do a reading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the cards into 3 groups, as they come in 3 groups. I just think it'll be fun to see how that'll work. So, and I'm just going to pull 3 card reading as such, but we'll have 3, 3 and 3, 9. So we're going to start off with the rune. No, we're not. See, we're going to start off with the gods. I think that's going to happen a lot with these. It's like, no. I had a lovely experience as I changed my altars. I felt like the big shift and the big change coming up to the solstice gateway and things, and I just felt that I needed to shift around my altars. I needed a birth rune soul journey altar to really connect in with my runes, celebrate them and stuff, and that felt really important. And I needed to rearrange Odin and put up a sort of a new, fresher altar for Odin. And I picked the rune for the next day, and it was Ansu's, and it felt like an absolute blessing from Odin himself, just almost thanking me, well, no, really thanking me for doing the altar. And I every morning I'm getting up and I'm saying hello and greeting him, and putting some frankincense down. I'm really enjoying it. So we're just gonna do a connecting with this reading. I'm going to shuffle all the cards first so they're all ready. Yeah, I think we're just going to do a past, present and future. So we're going to do what went before, the solstice, at the minute, with the solstice, and then through the solstice gateway. So moving and shifting through that gateway, and what energies are with us, what energies can we turn to, what energies are helping us. Yeah, I feel that I need quite a bit of help. I got algae this morning for protection, and I felt that was correct with the Stonehenge episode. Ooh, one card. Where did no, that's strange then. I'll do that. What one? Oh, they're the runes. And lastly, the sigils. I definitely will need the book for these. I might read completely out of the book, or I might just read a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. That's lovely. We're just split it again. We've got another 1 card. Oh no, 2 cards. Oh, they're on the bottom anyway. Okie dokie. So we'll do sigils last. We'll do the gods first. And then we'll do the runes in the middle. So let's see what we got. So that'll be our past, our present, and our through the solstice gateway. Okie doke, solstice there. So what's built up towards the solstice, and we've had Heimdall. So with Heimdall, obviously he's in charge of the Rainbow Bridge, the bridge into Asgard. He hears and sees everything. He hears the grass grow. I just spilled tea all down me. Ridiculous. And he is the watcher, and the I feel like he's such a, for me, he's like a deep protector, and I feel him around looking at the human race with a bit of a, yeah, especially after yesterday. So let me read. Heimdall is the guardian of the Bifrost, a rainbow bridge connecting Midgard and Asgard, and he sees and hears all. Using Gjallarhorn, the resounding horn, he will alert the Asgardians of the approach of the giants at the inception of Ragnarok. He stands at the threshold of the past, present, and future. Although there's nothing he can do to shift the fate of the gods, he stands firm, fulfilling his duty by blowing the horn to alert all of Asgard that Ragnarok has begun. This marks both an end and a beginning. This is the threshold of life as it was known, as well as the obliteration of it. There is liminality here, a very marked specific point in time where everything changed. Heimdall is the witness of this pinnacle point, and in a way an initiator, because when he falls and fails to hold the keep, the beginning of the end is ignited. So I feel it's like he's been in that past thing, and things are breaking down, and this feels really poignant to me because I've noticed some things. We've had a statue moved at Chalice Wells in Glastonbury as well, and there feels like there's a lot going on in the world that is there's a shifting point, there's shifting sands. I mean, obviously change is always there, change is always part of everything, but this feels a bit more specific, and whether it's more that I'm picking up on my journey, my story, I don't know, but I feel I can feel this shift, and he's been standing guard, and he's seeing it all and hearing it all and knowing it all, and yeah, let's see what rune we get with that. Have I done them? Yeah, I've got them. Okie dokie. So we've got Wunyo there, and Wunyo in these cards says hope. I see Wunyo as the celebration rune and the real joyous rune of getting together with people and celebrating. And do you know, I'm getting quite a sad thing here with that. I'm getting like the old ways are dying, which in a lot of ways is great, and is definitely needed in the world, but it's a celebration of what's been before, and a gratitude, and then letting go, and the hope and connection to the future. And we've got Vegasar. I can't say these, you know, I'm gonna have to go on the internet and get like a pronunciation thing so that I can actually say some of these words. That would be really, really handy. I think that's the one that protects where you go out at sea and stuff. It's can't find it. Can't find it. I should have checked the number. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So, oh, it's the compass. Yeah. So, protection, the wayfinder. This is the Viking compass to some and the Icelandic compass to others. Provides a strong ally when traversing life's internal and external storms. Although its origins are debated, it has become a symbol of strength, protection, and the highest guidance among Iceland's people and beyond. Drawn on ships, this sigil is said to have channeled magic capable of guiding a vessel through the most formidable storms, and seeing it safely to its destination. In this way, Vegasvisar provides guidance when the path is unclear. It acts as a signpost through the liminal storms of our lives and a touchstone leading us forward through the fog into clarity. Hold this stave close to your heart during times of uncertainty, confusion, and illusion. It will steady your inner compass, which will never steer you wrong. And I think that has been there. That just makes perfect sense. It's like, you know, we're in this really chaotic time in history with all sorts of things, with politics and you know, global warming and all this stuff. And it's like, we are being guided, and Heimdall is watching, and there is hope and there is change that is going to be for the better. And yeah, that moves us here. That moves us right now into the present. And we've got Ratastock. So he's the squirrel. He brings messages from the eagle down to Midhogg, the serpent of the world tree, and I think it's like bringing that knowledge down and bringing it into the body and grounding it, and you know, connecting spiritually and letting the spirits and the gods and our higher self be our own guidance and bring that information down into the body. Once you ground knowledge, it turns into wisdom. I don't feel that wisdom is in the head. I feel wisdom is in the body, because that's when you really know something and you feel something is correct. Just knowing in a head mental type of thing, like I know that the sky is blue. Now that is knowledge and that's been passed down. But when I think like wisdom wise, like the sky is blue, that doesn't sit right, because the sky isn't always blue, is it? It's loads of colours, and blue is different colours, and there's different types of blue. So that's more of a wisdom of knowing that, yeah, often we have blue skies, but actually, you know, the sky goes red with the sun, and all, you know, we have sunsets and things. So it's, yeah, it's different. I know that was a very weird analogy, and I have no idea why I gave that analogy. And Ratastock is the messenger, the traveller, the chaos instigator. Balance, Hagalaz and Kinaz are runes with it. And I think that's true, because he does like, you know, sometimes make trouble when he's taking, so he's very similar to Loki, and he's a bit of a trickster. So he can cause chaos, and he how can we blur the lines of black and white? How can we find our personal calm in the storm? How can we let chaos serve, inspire and drive us? So it's like we've still got a chaotic energy around us, but are we causing it? You know, am I, like, Stonehenge has happened. Am I devastated? Absolutely. Am I angry? Absolutely. But I'm mentally thinking all these things, and I'm in anguish because it's all mentally going on in my head. And as soon as you get that, then it goes down into the body, and then you feel, you know, really yucky in yourself. You are not going to believe the rune I have just picked up. Well, it's so obvious. Hagalaz, destruction. You got to clear that, all that in your head, no matter how upset you get at things, how you you know, take stuff in, because you take it into the body, you upset yourself, you upset your equilibrium, then there's no clarity. So you're fighting with yourself, and you know, it's not worth it. If I could have gone back yesterday, and if I could have sent some energy to stop that ever happening to Stonehenge, then fine, but I couldn't. Can I send love and healing to my ancestors, to, you know, the spirits of place? Can I send it to the stones? Can I do something? Yes, I can. But actually, I need to destroy all that crap in my head. And maybe I did need to do a ranting video about it, but I've just felt that that wasn't going to be the right thing. But I need to destroy all of that that's going on, because it's causing me chaos. It's upsetting my energy, and I just need to focus on what good things I can do. I can't take it away. I can't change it. I can't go back in time. I can, you know, connect in and just send my love to the stones and to the ancestors and to the lichen and to the plants and fauna and all the things. And I can do that. And so I need to use the Hagalaz energy. I need to get rid of all this energy and all the thoughts in my head and all the anger and stuff, and destroy it. And because it needs to crumble all down and be gone, and I need to move forward. So whatever's going on for you, it's the same. You need to, you know, if there's stuff going on, if there, I get with that is sort of like a gossipy as well. So don't get on the train. It's like you can go on Facebook, and, you know, when all the stuff was going on about Chalice Wells and the statue, you know, people are getting irate with each other because people have different views, which is fine, but then you're perpetuating more of a storm a lot of the time. I'm glad that people set up, you know, a sort of petition to change it. Personally, for me, which might not go down well for a lot of people, but if I was the guy that did the statue, I can't remember his name, bless him, I would just come back and take my statue back, which would be really sad for Glastonbury and Chalice Wells. But, you know, I think it's sad for him. I feel for him. I personally really love Chalice Wells. I did my mastership in Reiki in Chalice Wells, and it's a very special place for me. And that statue, like most people feel, is very special and sacred. And I don't connect it with the guy that did the original statue, but other people do. So it's different, and I don't want to get into all of that. And we've got the Helm of Awe. So it's funny that we got both, like the both compassy, protection-y. Let's find it. So many things are triggering, aren't they, for us now? We feel triggered by so many things. It's the energy seems to be able to. I think we're all so sensitive now. We've like, you know, our vibrations have changed, and we've gone. And I think we're raw a lot of the times, and it just feels so sensitive. Not that I want to become unsensitive, but it's quite hard to navigate. feeling quite raw a lot of the time. Inspiring terror and providing protection, it is told that this sigil would be painted in blood on the foreheads of the warriors about to rush into battle, as every foe they face would tremble in horror at the sight of it. An internal wellspring of courage, passion, and sheer willpower resides within us all. This magical stave draws from that source, making our will manifest. Invoke, I can't say it, so I'll say the Helm of Or. This fierce warrior's symbol when you are about to undertake life's myriad of battles, be they internal, external, or all-encompassing, a web of both. So what it's trying to say to us is that when we are in a place of all this turmoil and what I've just said, where we're sensitive and raw and things are like really getting into our souls and beings deeply, affecting us deeply, we need to use the correct protection. We need to be able to battle through and, you know, save our sanity and our, you know, our energy bodies and everything that makes us who we are. So we need that deep protection, and that's around us today. And I think that's probably because a lot of us are very upset about Stonehenge. So that energy, it will be really around solstice. I mean, I can't imagine what our ancestors would be thinking. I mean, how ashamed would they be of, yeah, just bizarre. So now let's walk through the solstice doorway, and please give us a break here. Well, I'm quite happy. If we're walking through that solstice gateway with Odin. Yeah, let's wunyo that. Wunyo! Because, yeah, who do you want to walk with but the Wanderer, the King, the All-Father? Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to walk through it with Odin. And do I need to really say much more? I think that is like that gives me that hope from this one. It gives me that hope from Munyo, because it's like, yeah, you know, it doesn't, when we're struggling, when everything is going on, when we're like really like in the thick of it, when we're wading through treacle, when we're whatever, if we are connecting with our spiritual path, we are connecting with the gods, we are connecting with our ancestors, you know, with all that has been before us, and that we can walk through it. I mean, their lives were way harder than ours in different ways. Our lives are hard in other ways now. But that is the you know, we're here now. You know, we are here. So this is our realm. And yeah, and it just feels like Odin is still there. He's still walking with us. He's, whew, thank goodness. We got northeast though. So we got a bit of restriction. So it might be to sort of, you know, for me, with Odin, this is very specific, I feel. And this is like, really take stock. We're walking through that solstice doorway, right? We're going into a new part of the year, we're going into a new cycle. We're going into a shift. And we need to take what we need with us. The need fire. Don't take what you don't need. Let go of it. I think we had this in the reading, the weekly reading. Just let go of what is holding you back, what is restricting you, what is not letting you fully engage in your spiritual path, in your life, in your desires, your wants, your needs. But make sure that they are real. You know, they're not desires made from, you know, keeping up with the Joneses. Oh, that person's doing this, so I need to be doing it. Well, why do you need to be doing it? You're doing it because it's a real, true, passionate desire of yours. Is it needed? You know, it's so powerful to walk in that way, where you are not doing something because of peer pressure or because it's seen as you're meant to, or you just do it for the real need of your soul, for that real deep connection that you have for your path and the way you are walking. Remember, just because 100 people say, oh, I'm on a spiritual path, they're not on the same path. They're completely different. We're all on different paths. No matter, even if we are all, you know, working with the runes, we're still on a different path. We're still working differently. And that is correct. So you connect in with that real need of your soul. Odin does that. Odin he doesn't just fanny around for the sheer hell of it. He didn't think, oh, well, someone else hung up in a tree, so I might have a go at it. He did it for a real need. He knew it. The wisdom of his soul knew to do it. It was correct. So that is it. Like, that is what you need to walk through the solstice doorway with. And let's see what our sigil is. We've got Gapaldor. Oh dear, I liked that one the other day. I don't have any clue what it means. Here we go. Oh, well, you're going to like this. So Gapaldor. Luck, lead and victory. When paired with Ginfaxi, Gapaldor provides luck, strength and leadership and the wherewithal to lead us to victory. Invoked by those engaging in the Icelandic art of glimmer, Gapaldor was placed under the heel of the right foot to ensure triumph over a wrestler's opponent. Well, I think we're all wrestling, aren't we? We're wrestling with ourselves, we're wrestling with society, we're wrestling with morals, and, you know, I mean, I wrestle now. I never wrestled with this, ever. I mean, it just shows you how much you grow and stuff and expand and suddenly see things differently. But like now, if I buy a crystal, I have to really, really seriously feel that I have a total need. And to be honest, we don't need to ever buy a crystal, because all we need to do is connect in with the earth and that particular crystal deity and angel. But if I feel that I need it in my vicinity, in my hand, in my room, around me physically, then I might purchase a crystal. I'm more likely to purchase pre-loved crystals that are being moved on than I am from so-called new. I mean, obviously crystals aren't new. I very, very, very rarely buy a crystal. I'm not the sort of person that gets up on my high horse and says, well, you know, you're raping the earth. And I totally agree with it in a lot of ways. You know, mining is quite vicious in lots of ways. But I know what I need to do for me, and I'm not going to put my stuff onto other people. So I love crystals, and I've got hundreds, and I've already done it. So I've already bought loads. I've bought them, I've sold them. I sold them for quite a good few years. So I was always already in that arena. But then things just, I don't know, I awoke to like, oh, what's happening to the earth? You know, we're mining all these, and, you know, what's happening to people that are the miners, and what, you know, so there's a lot as you grow that comes in like that. So the shape of the sigil itself suggests opposition. Two straight horizontal lines stretch across what could be interpreted as two halves of two shields. This stave is more masculine in presentation, whereas Ginfaxi presents a more feminine flow, which makes sense. Ginfaxi placed under the left toes, feminine intuition, whereas Gapaldor is placed under the right heel, masculine force. Paired together, these staves comprise the whole of an individual, the whole of a warrior. So, but for me, getting that in that position with those cards that we've already got, we've got Odin and we've got Northeast, I think that is about, you know, wrestling with your desires, you know, are they real to your soul? Are they part of your soul's purpose? Are they part of your soul's journey? You know, do you need that? Do you need this? It's not saying don't buy things and don't do things. I mean, I bought this deck because it was just so beautiful. I had to have it. Did I need it? Absolutely not. For my soul, it was more for my ego. It was because I loved it. It was beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your ego is part of you. You can celebrate your ego as much as you can celebrate your soul. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to check in with your true needs, your soul needs. And you know, some desires really aren't needed. They are just that. They are really just not needed. But we are allowed to treat ourselves. We are in human form. We are here on a planet that is and has become very materialistic. So we do have materialism within us, because it's part of society. It's part of, you know, the time that we are living, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as we are giving gratitude and thanks, as long as we are passing things on to others when they are no longer needed. You know, are there decks now that I can get rid of? I at one point was a tarot and oracle collector, big time, hundreds of decks, and I let go of just so many. I do buy new ones when I see something that awakens something in me. It might not be a true absolute need, but it helps me on my path. So it's something, it's a tool that I can use. It's something that can move me forward when maybe I'm feeling flat and I don't have the enthusiasm. Something like cards or runes or crystals, or, you know, whatever it is, can shift that energy for you, can give you a shift and a change. You know, I bought 2 new rune books. I've got a lot of rune books, but these were new ones written by, you know, newer authors, and I really wanted their inspiration, their personal gnosis, and the books are fantastic, and they have literally opened me up. Now, when I saw one of the books, I did feel a real need. It was not just a desire. It hit a spot in me that I could feel physically in my body, and it's like sometimes these things are keys there, or part of the puzzle that's missing, that will just, you know, it's not the actual item, but there's something in there. There's a word, there's a sentence, there's, you know, something that is going to shift you. It could be, you know, looking on YouTube. It could be Googling something. You can find it anywhere. I think you'll sort of see in the spiritual world, a lot of us, you know, read a lot. It's because that does connect us, that does give us keys. You can read a book about something you're not totally into, but there'll be something in that book that will help you on your path with what you're doing. So, but it's just checking those needs. But sometimes you're allowed to be frivolous. I give you absolute. I just give you all the love in the world. If you just want to buy something just for the sheer hell of it, because you fancy it, that's it. I give you permission totally and utterly for that. Not that you need my permission, but I'm giving it to you anyway, just because I want to. So yeah, but check it, you know, and know that you are buying it. See, this is the whole crux of Northease. It's like, say you're really miserable, you've had a row with a friend, you've had a row with your partner, you've had a row with your parents, you've had a row at work. Oh my God, you're having a shit bloody day, and you just flick through Amazon. When you get home, you're so miserable, and you flick through Amazon, you see something, and you just make a ridiculous purchase because for those few seconds, it made you feel better. Absolute permission for that. Absolute permission. Just do it. Go for it. If that's what you need to do in that moment. You might regret it later. Absolutely. Because it's not where you are looking at something and think, oh my God, I need that for the next part of my journey. And remember, just because you've got a spiritual path doesn't mean you haven't got a human path. We've got a human path. We might, want a new dress, or a new pair of shoes, or a new pair of trousers, or whatever. What do guys have? I don't know. Do they have? I don't know. My husband's a fisherman, so new fishing stuff. Yeah, just sometimes we're allowed to be frivolous, and sometimes we're allowed to be in that energy of materialism, and most times we should restrict. Most times we should be a bit more, we should think, because there is a lot entailed in it. But also, when you look at materialism in the aspect of Feu, I mean, the flow of money is really, really seriously important. The money has to flow. It can't just be static. It can, that's when you get, hoarding, and that is a bad energy. So there is different ways of looking at it as well, like that. So yeah, I think I may have waffled on a bit too long, and I tell you what, I did not feel better. Oh my God, I think the energy shifted, so that's super. I hopefully haven't given it on to you all. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope you get something from this reading. This is my solstice reading with my new cards. So, I am just experimenting and playing. I love the fact, I love the fact that we've got Odin one side and Heimdall the other, with the little Loki squirrel in the middle. That is quite interesting, isn't it? But I like that. The two standing stones either side. I like that. Yeah, so that's me. And I shall go, and I wish you all a lovely rest of the solstice. And I wish you wonderful blessings and boons going into the new season, going into the next part of the year, going through the solstice gateway. I wish you everything you wish for yourself, going forward, moving forward, and yeah, love and blessings. And I will be seeing you on Sunday for our weekly reading. So which seems a bit daft as I've done this one, but this is specific for the solstice gateway. So that was the solstice gateway rune reading. So anyway, goodbye, take care, bye.